Okay, so here is the remains of our XR250R that was stolen and set fire to, and we're going to call this one Project Phoenix because we've decided to have a go at stripping it and rebuilding it. There looks like a lot of parts that can be reused. The front end's a right mess. These forks need replacing, the tyres need replacing, but the wheels are good. The engine looks good, although I'm going to have to take it apart to find out for sure. The rear shock, not so sure. It's got no oil in it anymore, but that might be serviceable. Rear wheel looks good, swing arm looks good. Exhaust will probably be alright once it's cleaned up. And I think the frame's good. There's a bit of rust from where the water was on it after they put it out, but it doesn't look like there's any heat damage. I can't see any warping. Once we've got it apart and cleaned up, we'll inspect it really thoroughly. So the plan is to try and record most of this process, and it'd be a combination of me talking into the camera like this, or putting on a quick time lapse. So first job is, I think I'm going to get the engine out. Okay, so it's been a relatively successful morning actually. Surprised at how easily the bike came apart. So we've got wheels, suspension, swing arm, engine removed. Okay, so engine, rear subframe, swing arm, wheels, rear suspension, brake calipers, swing arm bits and pieces. Generally everything's looking pretty good. Some other bits and pieces. Next job is trying to get the forks out. That's more of a challenge. Not sure how easy they're going to come out the triple clamps. So I'll chuck the time lapse back on and see how we go. Okay, so I've had a chance to have a go at the frame with my wire brush on my grinder, and I am really happy with how that's come out. There is no obvious damage from the fire to the frame, although I did uncover some existing damage that was already on the frame that you wouldn't have been able to see. So it's been worthwhile. There's a couple of holes in this bottom tube here, which is no problem. I'll pop over to my brother's at some point and we'll weld those up. I think I'm going to go over it all with just a fine grip sandpaper or wet and dry or something like that, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. And this frame should be good to go. I've got the rear subframe to go next. So I've had a really good day for the first day of Project Phoenix. This morning I spent stripping the bike down and getting all the parts off it, making sure nothing was seized. I was really surprised very few bolts were seized, even the swing arm came out nicely. And then this afternoon I spent cleaning the frame up and inspecting it very carefully, and I am delighted to say that this frame is in really good condition despite the fact that it was in a fire. It obviously didn't get that hot, there's no warping, there's no cracked welds. There is some damage, but it's nothing to do with the theft. It's old damage on the underside of the frame here and here, so I'm going to get this welded up, get all that tidied up, and then we'll get it painted or powder coated. Swing arm, I've started tidying it up, but I need some more brass brushes for my drill to clean them up. There's a pile of parts there. The engine, forks, wheels are elsewhere. They still need looking at.